Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Trading and your Fed rate cut week. So that's going to happen on Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's the real news of the day. If you didn't know that, that was worth all the time you're going to spend watching this 5-minute video. But that's the real driver of this market right now. Very likely is the Fed rate cut. Even in cryptocurrency, it's going to cause problems. Um, the stock market does drive cryptocurrency to a point. They're not completely in lockstep, but things like the Fed meetings are events, and those do trickle down over into this environment. BTC on Saturday actually threw this alert level at 60,697. We were sitting nice and tight, and then late Saturday, Bitcoin didn't get the memo to try to go up, and it just rolled right over. So crossing an opposing trend line, an upward sloping trend line here, after not making the declining trend line on top of it. So this trend line going down would have indicated we're going to, potentially try to go back up, but not getting to that, and then crossing the opposing trend line indicates that we're likely going to chop or go back down. So you can see here I drew a bunch of these trend lines on these most recent failures at this trend line, even the early ones. You wouldn't have known this is a trend line at that point, but you would have known about this one. In hindsight, you do have that information, so we can draw these inferences. So you can see here we have a trend line, here we have a trend line. You start crossing those, it's been hard to come back until the end event of the downtrend. So if we're going into another downtrend, your stop could be above the high of the day today. And then where it stops at the low, nobody knows. Odds are I'd be back down here by this trend line again, hopefully not crossing it. We have moved this trend line a number of times already, so it's going to get long in the tooth at some point. There's this other much longer trend line at play here, though, that we could get down to that, and I guess still be okay. But man, what a wide, garbage, choppy time to be trading. So my bias is really to not do much when you're in these environments. Just wait for much better signals, because man, uh, you can capitalize on some of these moves, but sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's off of your time zone, and it's hard to get back in. Then you get stopped out on one of these crazy wicks, and things get all weird. All right, next up is Solana, which isn't doing any better than BTC. Came back down a little bit after not going up at all, and loosely testing a trend line. Um, Saving grace here is lower volume. It's really been declining volume over the past week or so, and I can't say that's a good thing, because technically this is a rise on low volume. So you don't want to see a rise on low volume. That means that the buyers have taken a vacation, and things can't go up when the buyers take a vacation. So tough to do anything here on Solana. If you're looking to buy lows, you may get another great opportunity. And in that case, I hope you have a stop loss in case we definitively break this trend line. All right, on to our top 50 tokens of the day, which today I've chosen to go to the downside since BTC looks like across that trend line, wants to head a little bit lower. TAO, which seems to be a staple on our list lately, one of the most volatile top 50 tokens out there. And you can see here it's got a lower high, crossing a trend line here, and will probably end up going a little bit lower based on that. So how low? Maybe back down towards this trend line. That's been the trend lately. Just a choppy environment. So if you're looking for a trade, stop above the high of the day, and hopefully it goes down lower. That'd be my opinion on how to handle that one. Yeah, not too bad. And then Injective, the next one, similar situation. Failed across a trend line, got an opposing trend line here. Depending on how you want to draw that one, it could not even quite be at it yet. That would be your most likely trend line. If you want to be more aggressive than that, you could try to take one of these, but there's no real trend line there. This one, maybe that one. So either way, if you want it, stop as high of the day. Short would be hopefully down to the lows at about the $15 level, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's all I got. This market kind of sucks. Very choppy. It's going to play games with you. Like I said, Fed meeting Tuesday, Wednesday, important event. Bitcoin will probably move on that event. If the Fed lowers rates a quarter, if the Fed doesn't lower rates at all, probably be bad for the markets. Quarter point, maybe flat and continue chop, go down to half a point. I don't know. A half point would indicate the economy is a little bit worse off. So it just depends what the market wants. And that's what no one talks about. And 5 minutes into your 5-minute video, this is the second best thing you're going to hear. It's not about what you think the Fed should do. It's about what the market wants the Fed to do. And you don't know what the market wants the Fed to do until the Fed does it. And that you have to live with that. That's it. You have to live with what the institutional investors in the stock market want the Federal Reserve to do and make your decision based off their decision. That's how trading really works. Waiting for other people to make decisions so you can make a decision, which is really weird because life you just kind of have to make your decision, right? Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. Have a great choppy day, and I'll see you tomorrow.